Ho, ho, ho. It's Become a Bat. I'm your host, Tom.
And I'm Mike.
And today we have a special guest with us, Kelsey.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome to the podcast.
Hello,
Great
Kelsey.
to be here.
Yes. So, it's just another, 39 episodes?
Yeah.
We're already at 39. Crazy. And soon we'll be at 40 and so on and so forth until we're at nearly, 1,500?
Something like that. Yeah, it's pretty far along.
Yeah. So today we have two stories: Catwoman story, The Princess of Plunder, and Detective Comics number 71, A Crime a Day.
A Joker story.
Joker story.
Yeah.
One of many.
It's true. There's a lot of them recently.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, since we have our special guest star and star, did I call you star?
Yeah, I'm a star now.
All right, you are a star.
Hell yeah.
$10
for autographs.
We're going to put you in the line of fire and have you read the synopsis for Batman number 10, story 3. Before we do that, let's get into the splash page.
Oh yeah. You want to describe it? You want to try your hand at describing what the splash page is?
The visuals?
Yeah, the image.
Oh,
Tell
man.
everybody what's going
so
on.
It's like the amazing Catwoman in the full mask get up. She's wearing like a dress though. I love that it's like
Yeah, it's a dress.
she still gets the fucking dress to like
Though it's got like those lines
commit
across,
crimes in.
it's almost like a marching band uniform.
It's a marching band dress with
That
like a
makes
purple
sense.
Dracula cape and then a full head cat mask.
Yeah, I just love the full head cat mask and like
Yeah.
how
Have
well
you
it
ever
looks.
seen that before?
No, I don't think I've seen it. Not like this.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
it's just everything about her outfit is like so impractical.
I love it though, except for the mask. I mean, I love the mask, but not on her.
Yeah. It seems like it should be somebody else. Like
Anyways, what's going on in there? She's wearing the outfit.
she's got all the jewels, all of her treasures that she plundered.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What else?
Your hand's in the way. Like you're holding
Oh,
it
I
up.
thought you were looking at it
No,
over there too. No, look.
Sorry, I have my other thing up.
Oh, come on.
What are you looking at?
There's Batman and Robin on there.
Oh,
this
I
is
thought
Batman
we
and
were just
Robin
talking
comic
about
book.
the splash, but that
That
like
is- no,
starts the
right there.
thing. Okay.
So yeah, okay. I will start over.
Start over.
It's Catwoman. She's holding a bunch of jewels in her hand, and in the bottom corner we have this treasure chest full of jewels. Robin's straddling the side, and Batman is swinging from a pearl necklace, apparently trying to kick Catwoman or something.
Doesn't seem like it'd be very
Yeah.
effective.
No, not really, because it's one of those giant villain covers. She's huge, and he's tiny.
Yeah, they always have these like covers where the villain is like a giant, and then
Mhm.
Batman and Robin are like, tiny, and
She's toying with them.
Yeah.
That's right. There you go. Maybe that's what it really means.
they're mice.
Mhm.
All right. So again, this is Batman number 10, story number 3, The Princess of Plunder. Art by Jerry Robinson, Fred Ray, and George Russos. Written by Jack Schiff.
Have we had Jack Schiff on here before?
I don't know.
I can't remember. Ah, man, I should have put his little bio there.
All right. Let me read this little splash page blurb, and
Mhm.
you can read your synopsis, okay?
Yep.
Okay. Once again, Batman, Dark Warrior of the Night, and his young daredevil aide, Robin, the Boy Wonder, cross the path of an old enemy, the beautiful queen of crime, known throughout the world as the Catwoman. A strange figure indeed, with woman's body and cat's head, is the Catwoman. Clever mistress of menace. Once again, the female Spitfire bears her claws and wages her 9 lives in a mighty duel with the dynamic duo as the master swordsmen of justice strive to vanquish the Princess of Plunder.
I almost wonder if they had like
Ba-ba-bum.
a 9 life plan for her.
Something like that. Maybe they did in the beginning.
Yeah.
I can't believe I messed up that one time. Okay.
Easy mistake.
Yeah, Cat's
Is
known
it-
for wagging.
I mean, not really, but go on.
Wagging their tails.
Yes.
All right. So on to the synopsis. So we start off quiet crime night. The boys are at home. They're airing their suits out. And Robin comments that he's surprised that Bruce isn't going to Marguerite Tone's party that night. Cut to all of Gotham's elite are gathering at her party, excited to see what party game she has planned for them this evening. It's a scavenger hunt. Each guest gets an emblem with the instructions for each queer item that they need to get on the back. Whoever gets the most back to the place by midnight wins the grand prize. As the guests go off to find the items, Marguerite glides upstairs to change into what she calls her work clothes, aka the catsuit. because surprise, she's actually Catwoman.
Whoa.
I was surprised. Not
Great
really,
surprise.
actually.
After getting suited up with cat-like grace, she goes to her goons and informs them that they are also going on a scavenger hunt that night. She also gives them each an emblem with their instructions for the evening. After the men leave, I love this. I put this in here because I just love this panel too. She lounges back, puffing on a long cigarette, musing strangely. I wonder if this time I'm not flirting once too often with danger and death. That would have been a great point to mention the 9 lives thing.
That should be a t-shirt.
Should have. All right. And then we cut to some of her henchmen. They're all out and about collecting the items. Let's see. One man goes to Mr. Vanderwell's to get an autograph, or so he says. Really, he's there to steal the Vanderwell's family heirloom vase. And then another one goes to the theater. I love this one. There's jewels out. He's going to get the jewels. An actress sees him, threatens to call the police, and then he informs her that he's just there for a famous actress's eyebrow pencil as part of Marguerite's scavenger hunt.
Normal thing.
Oh, in
Totally
that
fine.
case, silly her. Sure, she goes ahead and gives him her eyebrow pencil, and off he goes. And then we see some other henchmen. They're like getting jewelry, saying that they should be getting slippers. Another one goes to a gambling club under the guise of getting chips, but he really just steals like a bunch of money. Kind of the same thing. All right. So then meanwhile, out in this Midtown area, Bruce and Robin are not actually at home taking the night off like they said they were. They're out patrolling the streets. And they see 2 men breaking into a house. And of course, they go in after them. Inside, the goons are looking for a safe. Batman and Robin enter, and then quickly a fight ensues. Of course, all the puns and stunts galore. And then, let's see. The 2 men tell them that they're only really there for Miss Rockpont's French poodle. Again, as part of Marguerite's scavenger hunt. And they even show them the emblems with the instructions on them. For some reason, instead of calling Miss Rockpoint to see how she feels about her French poodle getting nabbed, Batman phones up Marguerite to confirm that it's all part of the party game. She confirms it's all in good fun, and so Batman lets them go. Even though he did recognize her phone or her voice on the phone and knows that it is in fact Catwoman. He then lets Robin know that she's up to something, and the 2 henchmen go back to Catwoman's place and tell her that they were caught by Batman.
He probably knew, like, you know what, this is probably a Catwoman thing, and I'm not going to do the obvious thing and call and confirm. No.
Oh, no.
You know what he was really doing? He was like, this is Catwoman. Hell yeah.
Right?
I'm going to let this play out and see where it goes.
Time to get stupid.
Go back to Catwoman and let them know. I'm
Yep.
waiting for her. All right. So then skip to a few days later. Bruce gets another invitation to one of Marguerite's parties. This one instructs all the guests to dress up as their favorite character. Robin asks him if he's going, to which Bruce says yes, as my favorite character. Guess who?
Batman?
Who do you think it is, guys?
It could be Superman.
Maybe.
I think it's Batman. I'm pretty positive, actually. So then the next night, they pull up to the party in the Batmobile. Robin's instructed to sit and wait with the Batmobile while he goes inside. Once inside, a woman loudly exclaims, "Look, another Batman!" Bruce is confused until he sees 4 other men all dressed up as him. A fat one, a tall one, a short one. They're all mingling together. He joins them, and one of them refers to him as Duke and tells them that they need to go see the Catwoman upstairs, who's waiting for them. Upstairs, the Catwoman tells them that they are going to go out and enter places claiming to be the real Batman, looking for some criminals. But then once they get inside these places, they are going to rob the place. If they get caught, it's fine. They'll simply say that they're there as part of the favorite character party, and it's all just a publicity stunt. But then the real Duke enters the room, also dressed as Batman, and they realize that one of the 5 Batmen must be imposter. Catwoman demands they take their masks off. Batman, of course, refuses, which shows that he is the real Batman.
Kind of ironic.
Yeah.
The real Batman is the imposter.
Right? Yeah, so he's made out to be the real Batman. They all get into a big fight. The Catwoman tries to knock him out with the vase. Robin then enters and joins the fight. The Catwoman tells Batman that he can't prove that she committed any of the crimes, but she's still upset that he foiled all her schemes. He lets her know that she's clever, but he'll be ready when she does slip up. After he leaves, she looks out the window, lustfully thinking about how brave and strong he is. and how much she wishes she could team up with him. And then we move on to weeks later, and it's time for the next scheme. She's now training henchmen to be servants and referring her high society friends to the fake agency to hire them to work in their homes. While at one of his friends' parties, Bruce recognizes one of the waiters as the criminal Silky Davis. He follows Silky back to the servants' quarters, where he overhears them talking about the scheme. Once Silky is alone, Batman knocks him out and uses the makeup kit that he always has on him. So we all know about this. And he disguises himself as Silky, well enough that it fools everybody. As Silky, he then tells the other men to go with him to the basement game room, where he reveals himself as Batman and fights the thugs and then locks them up in a coal bin. He then heads to the Rickmore mansion, which is where one of the crooks told him they were supposed to meet up with Catwoman. At the mansion, we see Catwoman in the kitchen with her chefs, air quotes, about to serve sleeping powder to the rich people before robbing them. But then the dynamic duo bursts in. One of the thugs throws a knife at Batman, which he's able to dodge. However, it lands in a bag of flour that's behind them and kicks up a major, dust powder, rendering both him and Robin blind. The Catwoman and her gang are able to escape, but as the cloud clears, Batman finds a paper with the information to the Lost and Found Confidential Agency, where people can pay to have their lost items retrieved. They realize this is all part of her plot, to steal from the rich and make them pay for their items back. So then they head to the location of this agency. At the agency, the Catwoman is telling the men to pack it up and leave town since Batman is onto them. But before they leave, Batman and Robin burst in and start fighting the goons, with the police sirens in the background. One of them decides to turn his gun towards the Catwoman, since she's the one that got him mixed up in this mess in the first place. But before he can shoot, Batman uppercuts him, saving her life. She quickly rewards him with a big old smooch on the lips and thanks him for saving her.
Oh, shucks.
This leaves him completely caught off guard, of course, and she's able to slink off. Robin then gives him crap for letting her get away. Batman's still in socks, says it's fine since they have the men and the loot. Sometime later, we see Robin and Bruce hanging out, and Robin admits he thinks that Bruce let the Catwoman go away on purpose, but Bruce explains that while she is clever and beautiful, everything he wants, it's a shame that they work on the opposite sides of the law. He hopes, or he means, they'll meet again.
They'll meet again.
Definitely.
He just doesn't want to lock her
I
up because
think
then
so.
they'll never meet again. Although she would probably escape.
We'll see that. She hasn't been locked up yet, has she? No.
No, she keeps getting away.
You know.
Yeah, she...
So far, she
No,
hasn't
I
been
think-
locked up
yeah,
in
she,
these.
She just went away and now she's back in town.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
went away. She
Marguerite.
changed her name. She came back.
Have they actually?
Which, by the way, that is a lot to come back as Marguerite
Mhm.
and get to this point where everybody knows you in town.
I know. How
Yeah.
do you,
That's
how do
some,
you
like,
build
real,
up that business that fast?
Anna Delvey is jealous.
She has a very convoluted plan in this one.
She does. I don't know how she could have got this all pulled together so quickly,
Yeah.
but whatever.
Have they? I can't remember. Have they used the name Selena Kyle yet?
Yeah, they used it in her first appearance.
Okay, I couldn't
But
remember.
there's no mention of it here.
No.
No,
He
because now
just-
she's Marguerite.
He just
Durand.
recognizes her voice as Catwoman's.
Yeah, I
Yep.
mean, I'm sure she has a pretty recognizable voice if she's anything like the other Catwoman. So, thoughts?
It was pretty good. It was pretty good. Like I said, convoluted.
Definitely convoluted.
Yeah.
I think it's hilarious how Dick is just he's the only one with any clarity
Mm-hmm.
between the two when it comes to Catwoman.
Oh yeah.
But it goes both ways. They're smitten for each other.
Yeah, yeah. Do you know much about Earth 2 and the golden age of Batman?
No.
Okay, so this version of Batman and Robin specifically, I mean Batman and Catwoman, they get married.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I knew that
Oh, okay.
there's the line where they get married.
They get married. They have a daughter.
I didn't know that's what
Yeah.
Huntress or
Batman
whatever.
dies.
Yeah.
Robin takes over as Batman.
Yeah.
No, Robin just stays Robin.
Well, I mean, but he replaces Batman, but his costume looks like Batman's, except it's a Robin costume. He doesn't wear the mask. Remember?
Yeah, more
But
or
it's
less.
it's like Batman's bodysuit, but with the Robin R on the chest.
Yeah,
But yeah,
Yeah.
that's what actually happens with these guys. Spoiler alert.
yeah, it was 80
It's
years ago.
It's a nice little meet cute that they have.
It is nice.
Yeah,
It's a nice ending for the original Batman. We're not there yet, though. That's ways
we
off.
still
Spoiler
have
alerts.
decades,
Yeah.
which that doesn't even happen in the mainline numbered comics.
Nope.
It's gonna be like episode like 952.
Yeah, I think when we like figure out like when they like cap off the golden age and there's like the handoff between golden and silver, we'll have to like do
I have those
an-
actual physical comic books. We could just read. We could do a review of the one that wraps up his life.
we'll have to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Okay, my thoughts. I did write some thoughts. I think I'm the only one who wrote thoughts for this episode.
I didn't have too much to think really.
Me either, but
You
I did
kinda
write.
covered off on my thoughts. It was already
Yeah.
there. So
Yeah.
I wrote. I guess she had to come up with a fake name because Selena Kyle is a wanted woman. And then I wrote first kiss between Batman and Catwoman. Haha. And it's funny how Robin's always calling Batman out on his crush. And then this is the first time that Batman is confronted with imposter Batman. Like we've had Batman and another fake Batman before, but this is like Batman and an army of Batmen.
Yeah.
And also, out of all those Batmen, only 2 of them are actually in shape.
Yeah,
Him
I did
and
like that
Duke.
detail.
Bruce and Duke.
but it's not like it's like that difficult for him because in their fighting they get confused as to who's the real one.
I mean, they do all have
And
the
they
same outfit on.
Kind of start taking each other out. So
Well, there is that legendary story about Charlie Chaplin getting like 3rd place in a Charlie Chaplin lookalike contest. So I mean, it's not too out of like
yeah.
realm of possibility.
Yeah. I mean, there's been issues that we reviewed already too, where like Batman's wearing his costume and they're like, that's not the real Batman. Because
Mhm.
it's like at a costume contest or something.
Or
Yeah.
there was that one gangster who framed Batman.
Yeah.
He got the costume and then like killed somebody in the hospital,
Mm-hmm.
or
Yeah.
almost killed him. That was a good issue.
I just love that they like showed up in the Batmobile for that too. It's like, could you imagine being one of the other Batmans like going outside for smoke or something, and you're like, oh shit.
They don't even have to go
Somebody
outside. That guy's
but-
just smoking inside her apartment.
I know. But still, you go to leave, you see the Batmobile. I'd totally be like, somebody get my photo in front of this thing. Like,
Right. It's
Yeah.
me and my Batmobile. Yeah.
All right, so let's get into the panels.
All right.
So
I think most of these panels are ones I put in.
yeah, I put mine in the end, but like you got a lot of the ones I was gonna do anyway.
Yeah. This top one, it's great because it's just Catwoman like shaking her fist, telling them to go up against Batman, and then it's all these Batmen fighting each other, and so it's like 3 Batmen without masks on trying to push the real Batman out a window, and he's holding on for dear life.
The other one don't even. Yeah, they have their masks off.
Yeah, because this is
Yeah.
right after she was
Yep.
like, "Take off your masks."
Yeah, it looks really weird when Batman just kind of like falling over.
All falling over each other.
Yeah,
It's pretty great.
he's
though.
like gripping onto that curtain.
yeah. Obviously, I had to get the kiss between Batman and Catwoman.
Mm-hmm.
But I like it as like a 2-parter because there's the guy with the gun and then he uppercuts the guy and then you see like her little thought bubble saying he just saved her life. And then
Yeah.
immediately the next panel they're kissing.
yeah,
Yeah.
she whipped that mask off real fast.
She did.
Yeah.
And her hair is perfect, of course.
Always. So is
That
Batman's.
is a pretty like intense kiss, by the way. Like she's got her arms up around him. His arm is around her.
Is it? I think his arm is around her, but his hand's doing like the what the heck?
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
kind of
okay.
hover handing her hips,
That's right. Okay, that's still.
Yeah.
but it's more out of shock than like not trying to touch her.
Yeah.
Also, I told one more thought is the first episode we had where she was wearing the mask. I thought that would be like the one, it was like a one and done. They're like, oh, that was a bad idea,
Nope.
but they're continuing it.
They like it, or someone likes it.
Yeah,
Maybe it's a Bob Kane thing. I don't know.
We'll see how much longer that lasts.
Yep. The next panel that I put in here is just the one back at the apartment, or
Mhm.
it starts in the room where like they let Catwoman get away,
Yeah.
where Batman's saying she got away, slipped through my fingers.
Mm-hmm.
Smooth Batman. And then the next one is Bruce sitting in the chair and Robin saying that he has a feeling that he'd let her escape. Good stuff.
I just love like Dick like staring daggers at Bruce.
Yeah.
Like you remember those we watched them like forever ago when The Dark Knight came out. Like those that one guy he like redubbed the Batman movie on YouTube, and
we're gonna have to find that.
yeah,
Forgot
and
about
like
that.
just how like frustrated Robin was in that. Like I'm imagining that guy's like frustrated like Dick at
Man,
like that's the voice I have in my head.
if
for
you
him.
can find that, send it to me.
I'll try to find it. I don't know if they hold up, but we'll see.
They might. This next panel, it's just I always try to find like an iconic Batman and Robin panel. This one's pretty cool because it's just Batman and Robin rushing to the rescue, you
Mhm.
know. And then Batman's going, "Let's go, Robin," and then Robin's saying, "Yippee!"
Yeah, the childhood enthusiasm clashing with Catwoman ruining the fun times they have.
All right. I don't think I put this next one in. Did you put that one in?
Oh yeah. These last 3 I put in.
Okay.
Just like it's great. We see like all the various Batman, And they always do this like gag with like superheroes all the time. Like
Yeah.
Spider-Man always showing up to like a Halloween party. He's wearing a Spider-Man costume.
Mm-hmm.
Like they do that all the time. And also, I just love out of context seeing like
The goofy Batman smoking.
the goofy Batman smoking. Yeah, like I really kind of wish Batman wasn't in the panel just so I can like cut it out and be like, yeah, look at Batman smoking.
We can make that happen.
Everybody
Yeah.
smoked back then.
Forget Batman shooting guns. Batman smokes cigarettes.
Well, this was when smoking was good for you.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know. I like that one too. I just imagine like if they weren't goons, if it was just a bunch of nerds all like dressed up as Batman, they're like, "Oh my god,
Yeah.
another one! Come join us!" And then he'd get caught like just talking about himself all night.
So after that, I chose another one. It's just the one of like Bruce Wayne. He's looking very smug. He decides, yeah, I'll dress up as my favorite character. But behind him, we got the shadow of the Bat.
Yeah. My favorite character, me.
Yeah.
Yes, you guys.
I mean,
It's subtle.
oftentimes it's like, okay, yeah, if you think about it, okay, we need who could be Batman. It's got to be a rich guy in total shape.
Yeah.
And it's not hard to figure out, but I think the easier giveaway is that like all of Bruce Wayne's shadows look like Batman.
Always. Yeah. Oh, don't forget that like Batman and Robin, and then Bruce Wayne has Dick Grayson as his
Right.
ward, and Dick Grayson's always wearing Robin colors, and Bruce Wayne's always wearing blue. Like,
Mhm.
make it a little harder to figure out.
Right?
Somebody stop that cat. He's crawling in there.
Okay. Well, we're almost done here. So on this one, let's see. So we got one more panel left, and
It's pretty good.
it's the panel where Batman throws one of the goons like a basketball into a basketball hoop.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Like,
It's
I love
pretty
that
awesome.
whole fight scene just because it's in the game room, so there's all the like game stuff happening.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
Just the puns, the action. Yeah.
it's all the best stuff.
yeah, and that's got to take like a lot of strength to do, right? Like, just hurl a guy up and just have him land in there. Also, maybe if he didn't break his neck, he's definitely got a concussion.
He's probably dead.
He's probably dead. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna count that as a death. All right, we're gonna take a brief break, get this cat out of the room, and we'll be right back. Thank you. All right, I think we got the cat situation sorted out. A little bit of technical issues there.
Don't you mean holy cats? We're back.
Holy cats, we are back. Been a while since we've seen that in the comics too.
I know it was pretty frequent for a while.
I know, right? Like if we ever do merch, it will be a Holy Cats shirt.
Yeah. Ooh.
With
Yeah.
Cookie in the inflatable Batman.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah, we have an inflatable Batman behind us.
He's kind of deflated right now, but
He is deflated because I don't think anybody wanted to hear that sound the whole time. But
yeah.
I'll post a picture later.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're on to Detective Comics number 71, A Crime a Day. And I wonder what A Crime a Day does, because it doesn't keep the Batman away.
Or the doctor.
Nope, it does the complete opposite.
Yep.
All right, so this was done by art by Bob Kane, Jerry Robinson, and George Russos, written by Bill Finger. And the cover and the splash page are variations on like the same thing.
Yeah, but that cover.
The cover is
Actually, I think I like the splash page better, but it's because I like the Joker's face better in that one.
Mm-hmm.
But the cover's great.
Yeah, the cover is Joker standing up, like kind of hunched over, while he's ripping down calendar pages, like the single day ones, like in an office. And he's gigantic as usual, and Batman and Robin are like running up and kind of being like surrounded by the falling pages. Not the most difficult thing to dodge.
Yeah, it looks like Batman's
Oh,
kind
my
of slipping on it with his front foot. His front foot's all like sideways. And Robin's
Yeah.
like, oh no.
They're like taller and slenderer than like usually like in the issues.
That's because the cover is drawn by a different artist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the splash page is kind of the same, but they're on like a traditional like 12-month calendar with the month. This is the November 1942 issue, by the way. I don't know if you noticed,
Yep.
as shown on the calendar there. And yeah, Batman and Robin are just kind of climbing up the calendar while Joker looks down at them menacingly.
I love this one though, because like each of the days on the calendar has like a crime. There's like a little hand-drawn image of
Yeah.
like a treasure chest with jewels, or like a stack of money, or a bank bag, or a gun with smoke coming out of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's good stuff.
It's cool.
And the Joker looks great. I love his
Yeah.
bushy eyebrows. This splash page is a Bob Kane splash page, and the cover is Jerry Robinson cover. That's why
Ooh.
they look a little different.
Okay.
I think Jerry Robinson draws the Joker more like a gangster.
Mhm.
You know, like he's a little more normally proportioned. It's not so exaggerated.
All right. So you want to do the thingy?
You bet your ass I do.
All right.
Whose scarlet lips grin eternally in a face as white as death? Only one man's, that crime clown, the Joker. But now the Joker finds the situation is reversed, for it is the world that now laughs at the Joker. And when the grim jester finds the Batman responsible, fireworks start. He cannot keep the Batman away with a crime a day.
Very good.
Yeah, I know.
That one was more straightforward.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get on to the synopsis.
Batman sound.
We got it. We got it. Here we go.
Yes. I did a really bad job at imitating that.
Good. Close enough. Close enough. Batman gives benefit lectures about crime and crime fighting to benefit the USO. We're in the middle of World War II here. His first lecture is a success, and he ends with a question session, Q&A session. And everyone wants him to address the big J in the room. Why does Joker seemingly always leave clues to his crime if it always gets him caught? Batman calls him a loser. That's why.
Simple reason. He's a loser.
Yeah, he says something else,
It's
more
the truth.
more psychological. But after this, Joker becomes the laughingstock of the town. The newspaper even publishes a cartoon of Batman inflating Joker's head like a balloon. This pisses Joker off, but rather than plotting to murder Batman, he decides it would be smarter to humiliate him instead. So, he interrupts Batman's next lecture with a challenge. A giant white canvas drops down behind Batman on stage, outlining some clues. Number 1, take a bow. Number 2, sow the seeds. Number 3, shed a tear. Number 4, reap the harvest. Joker makes his presence known from up top of a balcony. Batman leaps straight for him and chases him into a hallway. Joker disappears, and Batman hears somebody screaming for help behind a door. He busts in to find the screaming was actually coming from a record player. Joker's voice comes from out the record, challenging him to figure out what crime he's going to pull off tomorrow. Batman and Robin can't figure it out, so they're driving around the next day when suddenly Batman realizes that the clues all allude to a painting by artist Van Mellet called The Harvest, which is being put up for auction. Obviously, we all knew that.
Totally.
Yeah. So they rush to the auction house. Meanwhile, Joker and his goon dress up as beatniks and infiltrate the auction. They pull out these old-timey exterminator gas gun things and they gas up the place. Joker pulls out a knife and he starts to cut the painting out of the frame. That's when Batman and Robin run in. After a small chase, Joker literally picks up Robin and throws him at Batman and gets away. Joker gets into an oil truck, and Batman and Robin make chase in the Batmobile. Joker sprays the Batmobile with oil and lights it on fire. Batman intentionally rams into a fire hydrant in order to douse it out.
That's totally safe.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
also,
Your car's on fire. That's what you need to do.
it was totally badass, though. Totally
Yeah.
badass BM thing to do.
Yeah.
When I say BM, I mean Batman.
I think we know.
Okay.
I'm just glad
being clear here.
I'm just glad nobody's neck got broken. This is
not,
before seatbelts.
not bowel movement. Okay.
So
Beautiful.
Joker accomplished his goal of making Batman look like a fool. The newspapers take the bait and publish a new comic where Joker literally pulls the rug from under Batman. Later that day, a plane flies over Gotham and drops a bunch of cards containing Joker's next clues. Number 1, kill the motor. Number 2, hang the jury. Number 3, take the rap. Batman and Robin think about it, and they think that might have something to do with a court case. But then they overhear a woman ask her husband to take her wrap. A wrap with a silent W, alluding to a fur wrap. Obviously, this means Joker is going to steal a fur wrap from the fashion contest that's being held at that exact moment. At the fashion show, Joker rigs the elevator where the judges are being held. Whatever. He holds
Yes.
up this elevator that the judges are in. Batman and Robin just happen to be in the elevator in disguise. The elevator stops, and then they jump out on a rope to get to the Joker. Joker steals the wrap and tries to escape when he gets chased by Batman. He gets on a rope to rappel down to a nearby building, and Batman recalls this is exactly how Penguin got away from him in his last encounter, but he's learned his lesson. He pulls out a rope and he lassos onto the Joker. They land, and Batman delivers the final blow. He puts the caged Joker on display at that night's lecture, and Batman gets the last laugh in the newspaper. The end.
Man, I really loved how Joker tried to like flee on the rope, and then Batman's like, "Nuh-uh," and he lassos him. But then he doesn't just lasso him and pull him back. He like lassos him and goes with him.
Yeah.
And then like Joker lands, and then Batman, with all the centrifugal force of sliding from one building to another, punches him in the face. That'd have to hurt really bad.
Yeah.
It's good stuff though.
I loved. I didn't put it in the synopsis, but I really liked how Batman and Robin, like Batman, he's like, you can let go and kill me, but you'll die as too. You know,
Yeah.
like they're really like trying to like tie their fates together.
Yep.
Oh, that was a great little part. And I was like, when I saw Joker repelling, like I was reading the issue, I'm like, oh, they did this in the Penguin thing, and true enough, he like even brings back the callback to the Penguin issue.
I say, doesn't he say like you'll lose your nose too? If he like lets go. Which
Yeah.
I was like, what the heck? But then I was like, oh no. And I was like, you know what? If you're dead, you don't have a nose.
Yeah.
Skeletons don't have noses.
Nope.
Yeah. This is actually the first time Batman ever threatens to quit being Batman.
Yeah, like in the last one, when they were fighting the Carlo.
His ego is a little too hurt.
Yeah.
Last time when he was fighting Carlo, they like both did it knowing that they'd be exposed, but they were like, well, we got to do it. But
Yeah.
so it wasn't exactly quitting being Batman. But this time he's like, well, yeah, I might quit.
He actually doubts himself because he's being so humiliated by Joker and
Yep.
outsmarted.
Good thing Robin's there though to cheer him up.
Right.
Did you think about the Batman that '89 movie when they went to the art auction?
Oh, totally. You
Yeah.
know why? Because Joker's wearing a freaking beret, just like Jack Nicholson does in that movie.
Yeah, I mean, I know you've told me that like Tim Burton like didn't read the Batman comics.
He like flipped through them and stuff.
Yeah,
He was given Batman comics by Bob Kane, like
Oh.
old Golden Age ones. Yeah.
Oh wow, those got to be worth a ton now.
Yeah.
I wonder if I don't know who did the screenplay then. Whoever wrote the screenplay is definitely had to like read a ton then.
Sam Ham.
You knew that off the top of your head.
Yeah, I've read the novelization too.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Whoever read it clearly read some old Golden Age Batman comics.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of callbacks in that movie to some of these stories, but that's just it. They're just like little callbacks.
Yeah.
I would almost compare it to the way like Zack Snyder does his callbacks in the modern movies.
Yeah.
But he's calling back to like entire story arcs.
Mhm.
Whereas like in '89 movie, it's callbacks to like very oddly specific random moments in these old comics,
Yeah.
which is still cool.
Oh, I didn't notice your thoughts when you wrote down the Jack Nicholson thing. Okay, so we're both on the
Yeah.
same wavelength there.
Yeah. I also really like the political cartoons.
Yeah, yeah. I had to put them like in a separate little like thing there.
Yeah. They're not really like political cartoons per se, but they're drawn like political cartoons.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
those
they're
were really good.
definitely they're like newspaper like political cartoons, but
Yeah.
without exactly politics being in there because it's a children's cartoon and
You misdescribed the first one, by the way. It's Joker blowing his own head up. His
Oh.
own ego's being inflated, and then Robin's about to pop his head.
okay.
Because then it says, "Look out, Joker! Big
Yeah.
heads burst very easily."
I missed that detail. That's even better. This also reminded me of like, well, of course, Bob Kane drew it, but because remember in the '89 movie where they're at the newspaper and they describe Batman and
Batman.
yeah, and then that was a Bob Kane drawing.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that
Yeah.
too.
Who do you think Cheryl is there though?
It's the fake cartoonist, of course.
Yeah, but I mean, like, is that a reference to anybody in particular? Why'd they come up with that name?
It probably is, if I had to guess.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out my own. Like, if usually it'd be like maybe a pun or somebody, but it doesn't sound like Bob Kane. Doesn't sound like Jerry Robinson or anybody else who's worked on it so far.
No, it's probably a deep cut.
Probably.
This next one's pretty funny too, where Joker's pulling the rug out from under him.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not just ha ha ha, it's like ha he ha ha he ha.
Yeah.
You know, and then like Robin's standing on a chair, like, "Oh my god, what'd I do?" Like it's just so absurd.
Yeah.
What's up with Batman's cowl in that one? It looks like it's made out of like.
It's like a dog when you're yelling at a dog and their ears go down.
Oh yeah.
He's like,
Yep.
ooh.
Yeah, it's very humiliated.
Exactly. Whereas this last one, his ears are like nice and sharp.
Yeah, I don't know what Joker looks like.
I like the last one too. They're all drawn with big heads.
Yeah.
Joker in this one looks like Patrick Troughton, the second Doctor.
He kind of looks a little bit like Ronald Reagan too.
Yeah, they did like
Yeah.
draw him up real nice. Whereas like in all the other panel, like he's not so handsome.
No. But this one, I love that in the background, it looks like Robin's about to start clapping.
Yeah, yeah, they definitely look like bobbleheads.
Yeah, it's great.
So on to the actual panels in real life.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. Did you do this one or did
I did. This
Okay.
is like a two-parter. It's just people asking why the Joker is always getting caught and not put in jail and stuff like that. And
Mhm.
Batman saying, oh, because he always leaves clues to trip him up because he's an idiot,
Yeah.
basically. But it does like this little close-up on his face when he's like talking about everything and calling him a loser. Love it. And then it cuts to the next panel where the Joker's like, how dare he?
I'm kind of wondering if this kind of like turned into kind of an inspiration for Riddler, because that's very much how like Riddler's MO. Like he's just compelled to leave the clues,
Yeah, it might.
and there's definitely some Riddler in like original Joker.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see the next.
But I love this back and forth too, where
Yeah.
Batman's like, he's an idiot. And then Joker's like, I'll show you an idiot.
I'll show you who's the idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I like the vase in was it the vase and the furniture in Joker's
Oh, yeah.
apartment.
Oh yeah,
It's all
noticed
got
that.
playing card suits on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very, very interesting. It's a tiny little detail, but it adds something.
Mm-hmm. It almost looks like the guy is like about to shoot Joker, but I know he's just being like, "I'll take out that Batman."
Yeah. I picked this next one too. I think I picked most of these. This next one is Batman and Robin running after the Joker. And Batman says, remember, Robin, the Joker's my meat.
Yeah, I was gonna put that one in there.
He's my meat.
That's some way to word it, I guess.
But then Robin goes, "Aw, you have all the fun." Like, what?
Aw,
The Joker's
shucks.
always hurting you, like, really bad. Why do you want to go after him? Just let Batman handle him.
Yeah.
I was gonna say earlier when you mentioned that like the Joker like throws Robin.
Mm-hmm.
First, the Joker is like slammed into Robin.
Yeah.
I love that, and I'm like, I wish that there was one more panel there where I could see how this trade off happened, where it's one's flying into the other, and then the next panel, the other one's chucking the other one.
Right?
He's like, get out of my way, and then picks him up and throws him.
He must have like wanted to do that for a long time, and so he's like planning out how he's gonna do it. He's like, "This always happens. He always slams into me."
Yeah,
So he developed a reflex.
like ready for it, and
Yeah.
he's like, haha,
Yep.
back at him.
And this next one is Batman saying that maybe they're right. Maybe I am slipping. Maybe I ought to quit, Robin. Maybe. And then Robin's like, maybe nothing. Basically,
Golly.
like, don't you dare quit. But I love it because Batman's like got his hand on the back of his neck, like, and like he's rubbing his neck, like he's really unsure of himself.
Mm-hmm.
I love little stuff like that.
Yeah.
Plus, like he's a lot smaller here, and Robin's like
Robin's
the big one.
like,
Like Robin's like taking on his like normal position here.
yeah,
Yeah.
His hand up, and he's
the
like,
motivator.
maybe nothing.
He's being the voice of reason.
I like that whole back and forth between the two of them when he's like trying to motivate him to not quit. That's hilarious. I like the way Robin talks. It's like total kid speak, but it's like bratty little preteen.
Golly,
kid
you
speak.
never yelled quits before.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of like attitude
Mhm.
when he talks.
So I don't remember.
I love the way Batman looks in this panel right here. This next panel,
Yeah, the next one where he's
he looks seriously pissed.
yeah, they run. This is the one where they run into the room where you heard the screaming, and it's just a record player. And
You said it was screaming, but it's somebody being like, "No, Joker, don't hurt me, don't kill me, no."
Joker, don't kill
I'm
me.
sure they were screaming it as they were yelling it.
I know it's so cheesy though.
Yeah.
That's great.
I wonder. Got me thinking though. Like, what was that whole situation like when he's like, "All right, I need to find a woman to yell and like scream, 'Don't kill me.'" Do you think that was like him actually like orchestrating a thing, or do you think he just had some like Harley Quinn like style like
I kind
dame?
of
I think he
pictured
did it himself.
I was gonna say I think he did it himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I can see
I
that
think
too.
he just like
Yeah.
pretended to be a woman and was like, "No, don't hurt me, Joker," and then just broke into his own voice.
Yeah, that makes me
Definitely
wonder.
like put on a wig to do that too.
Probably.
He got very into character.
And
And then the next one is that Joker gassing up the room at the auction.
how could anybody not think of the '89 movie when they see this?
Right.
He's got the thing on his head. He's got the beret on his head. And he's
Mhm.
shooting gas at people in an art exhibit.
Yeah, And the art is just gorgeous on its own too.
It's not technically gas. It's the clouds of ground red pepper.
Well, still, like
Yeah.
he's shooting stuff out of like,
I
shooting
like
a
how it
gas
just
like
makes
substance.
everything else red too, though. Like, really plays it up.
What's up with the chemically treated fake mustache thing? Like, I get the goggles, but like, what, the mustache just catches the red pepper?
I don't know. I'm thinking it's magic.
Yeah. For those of you who didn't read this issue, they go into this room, they start shooting red pepper crap everywhere, and he's like, "It's a good thing we have these goggles and these specially treated fake mustaches on."
Maybe it's
Chin warmers.
maybe it's treated with something that like neutralizes red pepper.
Maybe.
Like it just turns. Yeah.
I was like ready for them to like move it up over their mouths or something like
Yeah.
that, like
Yeah.
to cover it, but
Maybe,
it's not shown like that in the.
maybe later on, like if this was like the show, or like maybe a bit later on in like the decades, it would have shown some kind of like flimsy science. Be like, this is how he did it.
I'm surprised they didn't just use a gas mask, but I guess they didn't have tiny little gas masks like that back then.
Yeah. I mean, they would have. Well, I mean, they would have had like just a regular ass gas mask. Like Sandman was a character at the time.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're being exterminators.
Plus, yeah, I was gonna say I think this is supposed to be part of the disguise.
No.
You put the last panel in. I put the panel right before. I just couldn't get them in the right order.
Mm.
It's the 2-part action sequence where the
Yeah.
Joker's escaping from one building to another. That's just so good. It's really well drawn. Like it's really tiny and it's undetailed, but it evokes a lot of atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
It's very atmospheric.
I really like that they went out of their way to think, okay, it's kind of unsatisfying. It's satisfying for Penguin, but like, will Batman learn his lesson? And obviously, we can plug the last story with Batman and Penguin. So like, they reuse that whole situation, and he's like, no, I was prepared this time.
I think that's something that they're starting to do in these most recent issues is they're showing that Batman is learning.
He is learning.
Because I was thinking earlier today, like Batman is getting fooled constantly by the Joker, and or he's always like tripped up by these like different criminals that have like these weird things going on. And I was like, why isn't he like being more of a detective? But it's because technology hasn't evolved to the point where he can be the detective that he is today.
That's what this whole comic's about. This one.
I know. I'm just stating it for people.
I know.
Like the technology's not quite there. Batman's doing his best with what he has.
Right.
As technology evolves, Batman evolves.
Yep. So how was it for your first episode, Kelsey? What did you think?
This is good.
It's good?
Yeah.
It's good. You getting the hang of it?
Yes. Yeah. No, this is fun.
All right. Well, that wraps it up for this episode of Become a Bat. But join us for next week. It's Christmas week. We will be doing a special Christmas episode, going back and doing Batman #9 and a story from World's Finest.
Yeah, another one.
Very imaginatively titled episodes. So thank you so much for listening. We'll be back. Good night.
Later.
Bye.